Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video to take a toy rewind back 10 years to 2005 and the Spider-Man classic Spin and Trap Spider-Man. And as we look at the packaging back, we see the rest of the action figures that comprise this series, and 10 years is long enough that the sight of these might make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside with nostalgia. They are Webb Trap Spider-Man, Tails Strike Scorpion, which until we get a Marvel Legends one is the next best thing. Spin and Trap Spider-Man, Buzzing Beetle and Web Cannon Spider-Man. Here he is out of packaging, and looking at him, long-term viewers may be experiencing some deja vu, as he previously appeared in an episode of Confessions of an eBayaholic, an unboxing video of a job lot of action figures I bought on eBay. At that time I was kind of dismissive of him, thinking he was just some goofy nonsensical redeco of a regular Spider-Man. And then in the comment section of that video, a few of you clever folk chipped in. Yep, they're all right and gifted with better memories than I had. I'd just about forgotten the Spider-Man Unlimited animated series. It first aired in 1999 as the replacement for the long-running and much-loved 90s Spider-Man animated series, which proved to be too big a act to follow as it was short-lived and crushed under the might of the Pokemon craze of the day. So while this action figure is missing some of the cartoon costumes detail, most notably the cape on the back, yet it now remains the sole record of that animated series ever existing, which probably speaks of its lack of popularity, as most Spider-Man cartoons are accompanied by a flood of toys. And if not released before this one, then after it, but I have seen this mold redecoed as a more familiar black costume Spider-Man. Yet while this costume initially went straight over my head, I have to give Toy Biz credit in hindsight for putting something so niche out. And it being made by Toy Biz, who were at the time pumping out their Marvel Legends, it features some of that Legends style superposability, although it is slightly compromised by its gimmick, which we'll get to, but first let's check out that articulation. So the head rotates side to side, and then it has a neck hinge looking oh no! So yep, Spidey's lost his head quite literally. Now, probably being 10 years old doesn't help, but I have a feeling this would have happened straight out of packaging 10 years ago, in which case it's better it happened to me now than 10 years ago to some poor little kid. But the show must go on. I've balanced it back on there. Let's see if we can get through this without him going full-on Sleepy Hollow on us. So he has these elbow butterfly joints, which moves his arms backwards and forwards, and then... Then both of his arms, they rotate at the shoulder, and they're also hinged, moving up this far and then back down, and then both have upper arm rotation, but then his left arm, the elbow is double jointed, he has rotation mid-lower arm, plus his hand is hinged, moving down and up, and he has articulated fingers. Yet his right arm is without that, as it's compromised by his projectile firing action, which we will get to, unless that is any more parts of him come snapping off. Then there's waist rotation, and he has an ab crunch which moves this far forward, and then, well, it doesn't really move very far back. At the hips, his legs move out to the side this much, they move this far forward, and they move this far back. There's upper leg rotation, followed by a double jointed knee, and then at the ankle, the feet are hinged, moving backwards and forwards, plus a nice deep ankle pivot that I love, but you know, I'd trade that for a head that don't snap off. Now moving on to his action feature, which involves this display base come target that consists of a kind of stone style flooring up into this wooden crate which Venom is launching out of as our target. So I've carefully placed Spider-Man into the peg holes on the base, and then even more carefully placed his head on, and we need to wind Venom up. The missile is magnetized, and as per the instructions on the packaging back, I'm to fire it at the magnet on Venom, and then that should send him into a spin, which ensnares him into the web line. You're supposed to spin! Oh, give up. Anyway, click this video for the previous episode of Toy Rewind and see Toy Biz shown off to much better effect, I promise. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.